Howdy, folks. Howdy. I'm Black Dragon, and welcome to another edition of Black Dragon Biker News Network, biker news you can trust. And as always, I'd like to thank you for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. So, we spend time reporting on other motorcycle clubs all the time. It's always very painful when our stories are close to home. As you guys may know, four members of the, or three members of the mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation were killed when six of them were run down by a wrong way driver on Interstate 40 in Arkansas at mile marker 2223 near Mulberry, Arkansas, right at the Mulberry exit on Thursday evening. We were all headed to what was supposed to be a fun run, the Black Wall Street biker event in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and also our national meeting, president's meeting. So we had chapters coming from all over the country, from the West Coast to the Midwest and in the East Coast. And as I was riding my motorcycle, I got a message, and one of the worst messages you could ever get in your entire life. If you do this, if this is what you do, this is a message we've gotten before, and that was that some of your club brothers and sisters have been hit and killed. But this was something far different. And you hear about this from time to time, a person driving the wrong way. But to make it worse, this guy was doing, what we estimate as over 100 miles an hour. So today, we're going to talk to my brothers and sisters who survived. We're going to talk to the folks that survived this and hear their impressions and what they were thinking and what was going on in their minds. But first, I just want to take a second to share these couple of videos with you so we can kind of set the stage. So these have come from some news channels that I pulled, and so we want to, this is kind of our response to these videos. So let's do this one first. Let me see if I can't. Is that how this works? Yeah. All right, let's do this one first.
Well, Arkansas State Police say that all of the bikers involved are out of Louisiana. Now, police, deputies, and firefighters and first responders were out here on Interstate 40 for more than 5 hours last night. And one couple says they barely missed being hit by that truck that was heading right at them.
I was behind the bikers, literally like 10 feet or like 20 feet away.
As I looked up, she's seen the truck, I've seen the impact and the explosion.
It hit the motorcycles and just went all up into a big explosion. And I tried so hard to not hit anyone.
No, I don't know where they came from, but I saw them driving this way.
Just after 6 Thursday night, 20-year-old Sienna Kitigua was driving on Interstate 40 with her boyfriend, 22-year-old Adam Walker. He shot this video of the crash. Arkansas State Police say 29-year-old Ivan Santos from Norman, Oklahoma, was driving the pickup truck that was heading the wrong way in the westbound lanes on the interstate.
It all happened so fast.
It just felt unreal.
Police say the truck hit a group of 6 motorcycles, killing 46-year-old Leonard Lamar Jr., 44-year-old Patricia Lamar, and 50-year-old Melinda Shano, all from Louisiana. 4 other motorcyclists were taken to local hospitals, as well as the driver of the truck and a passenger. Their conditions are unknown. You can see what's left of the truck after it was towed away, and the motorcycles are almost unrecognizable. It's something the young couple from Ozark who witnessed the crash says they'll never forget.
I keep thinking about it, and like it affects her more because she doesn't like driving anymore. She doesn't want to drive on the interstate anymore.
Now, witnesses told us that it looked like the driver of that truck was traveling at a very high rate of speed into oncoming traffic. As of right now, state police have not determined how fast that driver was actually going or why he was going the wrong way on the interstate. They say it may be several days until they can release more information from their ongoing investigation.
All right, we're gonna do this one next. Let's do this one next. Hold on a second here. My queuing ain't working worth a damn. Here we go.
3 motorcyclists and sent 6 others to the hospital. Thanks for joining us. I'm Erica Thomas.
And I'm Darren Bob. Tonight,
also learning more tonight about a crash on I-40 that killed 3 motorcyclists and sent 6 others to the hospital. Thanks for joining us. I'm Erica Thomas.
And I'm Darren Bob. Tonight, 5 News reporter Ian Taylor hears from people who narrowly missed the wrong way driver, who say they are thankful tonight to be alive.
This was by far the most horrific scene that I'd ever witnessed personally.
Jason Wade is an avid motorcyclist and took the opportunity of warm weather to take a ride Thursday evening. Little did he know, as he approached Mulberry, he would encounter a horrific scene.
As I pulled up to the accident scene heading eastbound on I-40, everything was coming to a stop. So it had just happened.
Wade pulled over and ran to the other side of the interstate to help.
As I got over there and was trying to, see what I could do to help, you learned really quick that what just happened was really, really bad.
Arkansas State Police confirm a wrong-way driver struck a group of motorcycles with his truck, killing 3 people and leaving 6 more injured. Amanda Harden captured this video from the other side of the interstate. She then spotted other family members on scene.
I started crying, and then I stopped the video and I called my mom to make sure they were all right. Mom said they were all right, that the truck almost hit them. It swerved for them. My brother swerved to miss it, and then it hit the motorcycles.
State police are still investigating why the driver was going the wrong direction. Adam Walker and his girlfriend were behind the group of motorcycles at the time of the accident and are wondering the same thing, but are thankful they were able to avoid the crash.
We just feel very lucky, I guess, and we try not to take anything for granted because everything could change in just a couple of seconds.
The crash was also hard for first responders on the scene. Crawford County Sheriff's deputies describe it as one of the worst crashes they've ever worked. Crawford County Chief Deputy James Myers says, quote, "When an incident of this magnitude or any other critical incident takes place, we remind them to talk about it amongst their coworkers and those familiar with situations such as this." In Crawford County, covering news where you live, Ian Taylor, 5 News.
So so I was able to I was riding my motorcycle on the way there when this horrific news hit me on my cell phone. I pulled over and I was I was at a gas pump, and a biker was there. He had recognized our colors and everything and came up to talk to us, and I answered the phone. As soon as I got the call, I broke down. I don't know who this biker was. I don't know his name, but he stayed there and held on to me. And then a truck driver came with his wife, and they pulled up and they wanted to let me know that a horrific crash had happened down the street about 50 miles or so. And they didn't want, they were trying to warn me not to go down that way. They didn't have any idea I was even part of that they were part of us. And they had taken a video of it. And they had said, well, we stopped filming when we got to the bodies. And I was like, the bodies? And they showed me the film, and I saw the burning, and I saw the wreckage, what you guys just saw. And I was simply horrified as I was riding that way. which took me another hour and a half or so, and the traffic was backed up for miles and miles and miles. I rode on the lane, on the side lane, the thing over there on the right that you don't ride on, shoulder. I was riding on the shoulder all the way up to as close as I could get to the crash site, and I rode for miles up there. And when I finally got to the police, I rode past everything and past the barricade, and the police stopped me, and I, I let them know I'm trying to go see, and they just held me there, and they were very kind, but they just let me know that you don't want to go there. We can't let you go there because what you're going to see, you're not going to be able to ride a motorcycle after you see that. So I have my club brothers and sisters on who were actually part of this crash. They survived this crash. I have brother Joker up at the top next to me, and I have brother Black and his wife, Sister of the Cross of the Black Sabbath, Pink, and Prospect 2 in the back there. So, let's take this a little bit at a time, and let's talk about what it was like. Black, you were sitting up next to next to Cuban. So we lost our president and his wife, and we lost another Sister of the Cross. And so what was the Black? What was the formation like? How was the formation set up?
It was Brian side by side. It was President Cube and his wife was on the left. I was on the right. It was Sister Fall Wrist behind Prez, Prospect behind me, P2. Brother Joker was in the rear, the left rear, and my wife's SOT Pink was in the right rear.
Okay, so you had you had the president, you had you, his wife was on the back, then you had Sister of the Cross behind you, Fall Risk.
Behind Press.
And then we had P2, and then we had Joker and Sister of the Cross Pink, right?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me about it. Walk me through what you first saw and your impressions.
I mean, we just had left the gas station. It was maybe 10, 15 miles up the road. We stopped. Pretty much our last fuel stop, and it was all just, cutting off. I was playing around the gas station, having fun, and just taking our time, not rushing. So we got, fueled up, something to drink, and we decided to get on the road and finish our trip, get to our destination. And we going down the road, and everything's going smooth. I mean, probably one of the best rides, for us, safety wise. I mean, no close incidents, just everything was going perfectly. Couldn't ask for a better ride. You know what I'm saying? Just
right.
As I come up, we all ride. We just doing what we do, and we kind of I seen truck and the car. The car was first, the truck. But you're looking and you're not really expecting what's about to happen, what I was about to experience, because, you can see the top of the truck and the car. You expect them and to be going the opposite way, the same way we were going traveling. And all of a sudden, I noticed the car that was right, kind of in front of us, turned and to miss the truck. It was 300-400 feet. And when I seen the car, tried to avoid the truck, I knew at that time, this truck is coming this way. And I hollered at my friends, watch him. And just that fast, when I just put my eyes back on the road, the truck was 5 feet. And I don't know, I was seeing him hit my prayers and his wife, and I just knew, there's no way that I could have got out. I just kicked hard as I could kick, tried to leave the bike, and I just strained hard as I could because I just knew I was going to hit. And when I kicked, it was the same time I kicked, my bike exploded. And
Okay, so hold on. So let's take a breath. So you were riding, you looked up, and there was a car in front of you, and there was the truck. You kind of saw it, didn't really kind of realize it was coming towards you like it was. The car bounced, jerked out of the way, and you see this pickup coming head on at you. You scream over to the Prez, watch him. The Prez looked at you and then looked back and saw the truck. By that time, the truck was already on the Prez, and he hit him first.
Thank you.
You were slightly behind the Prez, just a couple feet maybe to the right of him a little.
Yes, right on the side of him. Probably my handlebars was probably, my front tire was, abreast of his body on the bike, half a bike, so the most.
So at that time, you actually jumped off your motorcycle. You found a way to push as hard as you possibly could. Well, at a point when you guys first saw him, you guys tried to dart left.
Yeah, right. It was just I don't know if an instinct or, I kind of noticed we both just kind of steered to the left a little bit, just hoping that he would go the other way or something. But it's happened so like a blink of an eye. When he hit Prez, like I say, it was just.
So you countersteered to the left, and a lot of folks don't even know what countersteering is. You countersteered to the left, and when you went left, he went left, or to his right, but he went the same direction you guys did.
Yes.
So it hit the Prez. You found some kind of way to push with all your might to get off that bike. As soon as you got off the bike, or even while you were getting off the bike, it now hit you. You were being hit with all kinds of shrapnel and stuff. You could feel the Prez's bike and stuff hitting you in the chest and stuff. Is that right?
Everything. I just seen his bike, him, and just disintegrate. And I don't know what made me do this. I don't know. I know I say I do a lot of things, we was talking last night, just certain things I do on a bike, just like if I'm practicing something, or, zigzag on the road every now and then by myself to avoid something. But I never had time to do that. I don't know what made me just try to kick as hard as I can kick, like get off, just try to miss and hope, And, and as it blew up, I noticed I was sliding through fire, and and I didn't know if I was dead or alive. So when I stopped sliding, I was still in the fire. So I just got up and I ran I seen trees, so I ran that way. I jumped in the grass and I'm rolling. And I jumped up and just for 5-10 seconds I just turned and I just got up and I looked behind me. And all I could see was just bikes on fire. I didn't know. I thought I was the only one living. And just seen everything in the corner. My family just destroyed. And I just heard somebody holler that you're still on fire. So I just jumped back and I started rolling in the grass again. And I jumped up and I took my helmet off. And as I was turning, I seen my wife. And I'm like, so relieved she was alive. And then right behind her, I seen two people just getting up and it was just smoke through the smoke. I didn't exactly know who exactly it was at first. It was a joker. Prospect comes toward me. And Mother Joker was like, where's everybody at? They told me about that door at the time, but then we kind of both realized that this I don't know what to call it. This something I've never seen in my life. I don't know if anybody ever, I don't know. I ain't never been in a war or nothing, but it just seemed like if somebody just dropped a bomb on us or something. Body parts and motorbikes and parts and just all over. And my brother's asking me where everybody's at, where this one, and I'm like, I don't know. And we start looking at, we come across me and him, and he was just, Paul resting. It was hard, just like burning. I mean, like burning.
All right. Okay. Take your time, bro. Take your time. So
Oh,
so at some point okay. At some point some people came running up to you. What happened when they came running up to you?
we were just so glad to see that we had somebody left. We all just like, they didn't see nobody either. When they first turned around, they see exactly what I seen. And it was just chaotic. We didn't know where the rest was at all. And as we kind of panned out, walking, and it was a joke about Pink and Prospect, like we just couldn't believe our eyes. What we seen with the rest of our family, just all over, stuff burning. We was lost. We didn't know what was going on. We knew what happened. It just, I just don't know. I don't know how I just don't know.
So P2,
Yes, sir. Can you
what
hear
did
me?
you see? Well, I hear you fine. What did you see? What happened for you?
We, like Black said, we just fueled up. We're climbing around the gas station, and we left, and we were having a great time. And I was riding behind Black. I didn't see what Black saw. I didn't see the truck at all until it hit us. I was positioned right behind Black and right next to Fall Risk. It happened so fast that I didn't even see Black jump off the bike in front of me. When I realized what was going on, I had already been struck by debris from the explosion of Cuban and Fall Risk bikes. When he made contact, those bikes exploded, and that explosion pushed me the rest of the way off the road. By the time I was able to stop and get up and turn around, it was complete destruction. I mean, it was like you said, somebody dropped a bomb on us. My friends were scattered across the interstate. Bits and pieces of my friends were everywhere. We scrambled to try to find each other. When we found each other, we were just we were still looking for the rest of us. And we just wanted to find everybody. And what we found was just devastation. There's no other. If I had to paint you a picture of what hell looked like, that would be it.
Joker, you were next. What did you see? Oh, hold on. Are you on mute, brother?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
First, I would like to say, even though it was in my family, I still want to give my respects out to their families, to the ones who passed away, the families of Cuban and Trish, and to Paul Rich Mindy, to her husband Mark. So I want to give her, give my condolences out, and let them know they're forever in my thoughts and in my prayers. Um, as everybody said, I don't want to go into graphic details of what I saw, but it was a horrific scene. I have, serving his nation in the military. I have never seen carnage, seen stuff like that before, but I can definitely tell you that it was one of the worst things I probably ever have to imagine as being on a motorcycle or in a car. Period. Um, my position was I was on the right hand side I was the left hand side as left hand tail gunner. Pete was on my right hand side as the right tail gunner. So, and our formation was as we was operating, we was side by side, or what we call it suicide riding. And that was our formation going. As Black said earlier, we probably had 130 miles to go. One of our last rides. I noticed as we crest the hill, I seen the pickup truck way down the road, But of course, in my mind, I thought the pickup truck was sitting on the side of the road. I could see a white pickup truck, but I thought it was sitting on the side of the road. Traffic rolling normal, clear weather, clear sky. As we crested that hill and went around that little curve, I noticed that I seen the car to my right hand side in the slow lane. I seen it how it just jerked right, and I noticed that truck was sitting right there on the top of us at that time. From then, everything seemed like in slow motion to me. I seen the truck strike. I seen Cuban move towards my left towards the shoulder. I seen Fall Ridge follow him, and I seen the truck jerk that way. And at that time when he did, he just impacted with Cuban and Black, of course. And honestly, seeing everything in slow motion, I shut my eyes and held my breath. I thought I thought it was gonna hit me too, and I did not go left. I ended up turning, jerking my rear, jerking towards the right, and hitting the throttle. And when I did that, I don't know what came out of nowhere. I don't know if it was a half a motorcycle. I don't know what it was. I seen it sliding towards me. I realized I was finna hit it. I end up hitting that object, and I went airborne. And that's when I was thrown off the bike. And at that point, I probably slid 50 to 100 yards one direction. My bike went in the other direction towards the median, towards the right side of the road or the shoulder. And once I realized I was alive, I just began to like asset the scene as far as like finding all my members. Um, Pink was the first one I saw. I really thought in my mind once I saw Pink, I thought everybody was alive. I did not realize the damage yet at that time. But once I saw Pink, I thought everybody was alive. So I began to assess the scene, and at that point, I saw Black. We started just finding our brothers and sisters, and at that point, man, there wasn't nothing more we can do. At that point, um, we cannot perform any kind of rescue techniques or any kind of rescue on them. Um, they was completely gone. I ran down to the truck. I ran down to the truck that had collided with us, and I was actually trying to stop them from rescuing them. I was that angry.
Their truck was on fire and people were trying to pull them out.
Yeah, I didn't want them to rescue them.
What did you do to try to stop it?
I would tell them to get off the truck. I would tell them to leave them alone. And I seen one of the guys on the ground, and I just remember just trying to get on top of him and telling him he killed my friends and he hurt my friends and my family.
Did somebody pull you away from that?
Yeah, I don't know who it was. I don't know who it was.
You said when you were tumbling on the ground, you tumbled for a long time. Tell us about what your thoughts were when you were tumbling.
I felt every tumble. I just seen, I don't know, it just felt like I just felt every tumble, every roll. And in my mind, I just kept saying, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And I just remember, like, I don't know, it just felt every bit. I could feel my helmet, digging into the asphalt as I was sliding and rolling. And I could feel my helmet digging. But I just remember jumping up saying, thank you, Lord. And then I looked at my hand, I was like, I'm alive, I'm alive. And I don't know. So
All right. Pink, you okay? What did you see? Talk to us.
It's the most horrific thing I've ever seen and witnessed in my life. Like Brother Joker said, we, come off over the top of the hill, and I saw a truck out in the distance. And at first, I thought, same as him, oh, he's on the shoulder of the road. Maybe he's doing some road work, something like that. Maybe his truck broke down. And, I don't know. I don't even know what to think at that point. I just figured it wasn't, he was out the way. And then I thought to myself, wait a minute. He's in our lane. And then it was like, he's coming for us at very high speeds. And it was just crazy because I don't know how, I don't know why, but I remember
Something's Pink. Your your voice just went away. Can y'all hear me? Pink? Hello? Hmm.
Pink.
They don't have good connection. Pink. Pink. Let's see. Pink. Pink, your voice just went away. Pink, your voice. We can't hear you. We don't hear you anymore. Your connection is looking real bad. Pink, can you hear me? I remember she told me that her first thing was to look to see if her husband was alive, and then when she saw Black was alive, she screamed at him that you're still on fire. Black said that he remembered hearing that, and that made him run for the woods to put himself out. And the whole back of him was burned. His pants, like all the way down his butt, and um, we and he rolled and put himself out. He put his own flames out, and she told me that she. Oh, that's right. Pink, call me. Yeah, call me, and then we'll just put you on voice. Have Pink call me. Tell Pink to call me. Call. Okay, she's coming on another phone. Pink.
yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. You went out.
Turn
You
off
were
your
saying. Okay. All right, get rid of that one. Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Okay. All right. So you were saying that what were you saying? You were saying that you saw the car, you saw the truck, and then it dawned it occurred to you that he's in your lane. Go from there.
Yeah, so I realized like he's in our lane, he's coming straight for us, and it was at very high speeds. And I don't know, it's crazy because I remember hearing my instructor from our safety riding course, her voice ringing in my ears to always have an escape route, no matter what, from in front, from behind. You never know what's going to be around you. So I looked in my rear view mirror to the right and made sure nothing was coming on that side, and I just swerved. I swerved to the right. I got as far out of there as possible as I could, and I remember like seeing no one in front of me. No one. My husband wasn't there. My pres and his wife Irish wasn't there. It was like I was the only one on the highway. just for that split second. And then the next thing you know, boom, everything exploded. And I was just like, what the hell just happened? And I managed to get to the shoulder of the road. I was wobbling, trying to slow down so in such a fast rate. My bike started wobbling, so I made it to the shoulder road, and then I fell over. I just, I just dropped it. I got to my feet, and I'm looking around, and I see total chaos. Just, it was horrible. It was horrible. I see 3 big piles of wreckage on fire, and I kept thinking to myself, where is everybody? I'm the only one here. Where is everybody? It was like I was having an out of body experience. I was waiting to walk up to my own body, seeing it laying there. And I looked around, and I saw nothing but just complete horror. And out in the distance, behind me, I see my husband. He's standing there running around, and his whole right side is engulfed in flames. And I just start running to him, hollering at him, get down, you're on fire, get down, you're on fire. I finally got to him, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I should push him, if I should tackle him. I didn't know what to do, but luckily my voice registered to him, and he got down, and he started rolling, and we got him put out. He took his helmet off, and next thing you know, I see Brother Joker, and I'm like, oh God, relieved there's somebody else. And then I saw Prospect too, and I'm like, another relief, okay, well, where's everybody else? Let's go find them. They got to be okay. And they wasn't okay. It was far from okay. It was horrible. The worst thing I've ever even heard of, let alone experienced and saw with my own eyes.
So Black, we've talked to the police department. What are some of their findings at this point? Do they know whether it was done on purpose or not?
It's funny that they did come talk to me after. When I was in the ambulance, the EMS woman, she kept saying, it just don't seem right to me. She kept saying, it don't seem right to me. My heart rate's going out. Thing they worried about me. She's having done this, just don't seem right to me. I'm like, what don't seem right to you? It's like, tell me. She's like, I don't know. She asked me. She says, were y'all targeted? And I'm like, I think so. We didn't have no beef with nobody. Like I said, the ride was perfect. With any cars, cutting us off, or anything. The ride was perfect. I mean, I couldn't ask for nothing, any better. So, get to the hospital, and they're all checking us out and stuff. And, we all sitting there, we getting this, The Joker wants to come see me, I'm like asking them where everybody's at, how they doing, just trying to check up on everybody. We was all close together, but right in separate rooms and next to each other at the time. And just I was lost. I didn't know what was going on. It was, I just had this, I wanted to see them, somebody. But he came and he said, I just released, discharged your wife, the prospect, he said he came to me and said, everything looks good, and, just other than the burns I have, and so they discharged me, and I'm like, and I asked him, I said, well, where's another joke, how far you? So I'm going to see, so we kind of came out of our room, me, my wife, and Pink, and prospect. We just walked over to the next room, my brother joking, and we all there, just, same thing, like, what just happened? What, and I'm gonna be honest, like that, it's a lot of, stuff was going through, looking for answers, and felt like we was just, you know, we never had. I know we never had. We just lost a lot of people in our family. And honestly, it's like, and then all of a sudden, honestly, you pop through these curtains they got into Brother Joker's room, and we all there. I don't know, man, just something it did just to see like another person, outside the chapter, our immediate chapter. I don't know what it did, but I don't get. It's like if we all needed just somebody else to like maybe explain to us, maybe looking for answers. I don't know, but it kind of somewhat relief, like take a little bit weight off us, because all our phone stuff got damaged. We didn't know nothing. We was just, at that point, me and I was like, are we all still alive? Are we? I'm still in a dream or something, or just waiting for somebody that, and that we wasn't expecting anybody. We knew we had family. Just at that point in time, it made me feel a lot better. Just I just can't explain. It's like it's certain. I don't know. It just it made it a little better for that moment. Just so happened we all just me, brother Joker, Paint, my wife, and we just got together to just see each other again, making sure that that little bit made a little bit, making sure that it wasn't a dream. Just I don't know. But after all that, we left, and the officers did come back, and they asked me too for that. Did I notice this truck if it passed us up on the road or something? Like passed us up, or if we had any incident, like I told them, we see a lot of vehicles, passes us up, and we'll pass vehicles up, and we don't in particular vehicle pay attention to, unless we have an incident with them, but nothing. And I asked him why, because they was like they didn't understand how he got on the interstate and made it to us or something. I don't know, because it wasn't like it was never had much traffic. I mean, it was kind of decent little traffic, just enough the way if he was on for any amount of time or something, or like he wouldn't have made it to us just to say he would have gotten a wreck before that, but
Not too much.
I don't know. But and he said because maybe he did pass out, he said, and maybe turned around and came back at us, or if he was waiting on the road up the road a little while, and they might have been them whoever was in the truck fighting or something. Who knows? They said, but they couldn't understand how he got on the interstate because they got the cables on the side where you can't cross the median or nothing. And it was a little distance from where you get on and off the interstate from where we was at. They explained to me. So that's when they came. It was just.
So the police thought perhaps maybe they had passed you up, turned around, and came back to hit you.
Yeah, they did.
Target you.
Yeah, they did mention that. It's like, and I'm constantly looking for answers. And, because like I always do, my brothers know. It's just my mentality. I'm always, like I said, I'm clowning around, but serious at the same time. Like, I'm always on my shit. Like nobody ever catch me like this. I don't want to sound arrogant, but it's just my mentality. Everything I do in life, I'm going to be perfect at it. I know I'm not, but I'm going to give a good damn effort at it. And for him, me, to just show up and just be there, like, I just, and I'm still looking for answers. I don't know. I can't. That's what bothers me the most. 'Cause if I gotta just maybe another 10, 15 more seconds, if I'd have noticed, maybe I could have. We all could have, maybe just that much could have made a difference. But I'm not in control of that. But I just don't have no answers for that.
Right. So when I talked to Officer Mooney, the sergeant, and we talked to him for quite some time, and one of the things that they thought was, if he came on, there was an on ramp about 2 miles away or something like that, and if he had come on that on ramp, they thought perhaps he would have crashed into somebody before he came to you. Some of the reports on the news say that he crossed the median and hit you, but that didn't happen. They don't have any evidence of that. So they don't have a reason yet. We had heard at one point that they had passed away, both the male and the female passenger. Then we heard that only the female passed away, and then we heard yesterday that they were both still alive. I talked to the sergeant, and he said, they don't know a whole lot yet. They're really at the mercy of the blood, uh, the blood testing. They're waiting for that. They're still investigating. They're doing a whole lot before they press charges. He said they wanted to take their time in pressing charges, because if they press charges too fast, then people wind up walking, and if they don't do their due diligence, it doesn't work for them. So they're trying to take their time before jumping to conclusions of any kind, to figure out what happened, why it happened, before they press charges. So for those that are asking the question, was it on purpose? At this point, we don't know, and the police don't know. We don't know if he turned around, and we don't know what condition they're in. There are HIPAA privacy laws, so that we don't even really know. Uh, uh, um, uh, we don't know what's going on.
Put my ass. They need to go chain him. Need to go chain him to the bed. We'll find out. We just need to find out something. Answers. I need something. Who was this cause of this shit?
Say again, brother.
I see. They need a HIPAA. Throw that shit out the window. They just did. They killed 3 of my family. 3 of my, 2 of my sisters, my brother. All that shit should be stripped from them. Don't need them.
They shouldn't have any rights.
None at all.
They didn't give us any rights when they did what they did.
They didn't give us a chance. Not at all.
You're back on mute, Joker.
I agree with Black. Even in this time, it's hard to ask for forgiveness, and it's hard to I know that day it happened, and days after it, I didn't care. I wanted them to be dead. Yeah. And it took me up to yesterday talking to the rest of my brothers and sisters in the chapter, that I knew I had to ask for forgiveness, and I knew I had to forgive them too. Um, but if you allow me to, I just want to tell you a little bit about Cuban and Trish and Fall Risk. They was good people. Those people were good people. Those people loved to ride. Cuban was a big guy, probably 6'4", 6'5", 300 some pounds, but he was the biggest teddy bear. I have never seen him argue with anyone. I have never seen him get mad. I have never seen him, get angry in that type of way. He had the attitude and the mentality that he let stuff go, even when stuff bothered him or stuff. He just let it go. But he loved to laugh and tell his unsolicited jokes and smoke them cigars. And his wife was the same way, and she loved him to death. And fearless, both of them was fearless on a motorcycle, and she loved him so much, she trusted him so much that everywhere he went on a motorcycle, she wanted to be there. And she was actually my head goddess. And I can tell you, Fall Risk was the same way. Always laughed, was a great spirit, had a great spirit. Always was smiling. She didn't let stuff bother her. And to me, she was like the mother of the chapter. She was the one who was reasoning with everyone or trying to get us to calm down or whatever the case may be. But great lives, great spirits, good people. I couldn't ask for better members. And that's what I want to say about them. Their life was cut down short, and I know I lost brothers and heaven gang angels, but they will always be remembered by me. Always. That's all I have to say about them.
Well, um, um, I'm glad you guys came on today to talk to us, and really appreciate it that you were able to, you know, get this out and talk about what it meant to you and what you went through. So, um, any final words um, as to your chapter, what you plan to do, how you plan to go?
Yeah, we sort of having talking with the with Cuban and Trish's daughter right now. We're trying to set up a memorial for the 28th here in Slidell. They were going to consist of bloom releases, pictures. Um, we asking if anybody we'll have information out if you want to send flowers or cards or whatever the case, or even a GoFundMe. We have a GoFundMe page up. But we plan on having a celebration of life for them, and that's going to be around May the 28th. The
All right.
Memorial Weekend.
Where you gonna? Do you know where you're gonna have that at?
I got a couple of venues already. I got a couple of places around here that people have donated at churches and donated their time to carry out the services right now. So right now it's set for 10 o'clock in the morning, but that time can change. But the date is set for the same date.
All right. Uh, Pink and Black P2. You guys have anything you want to say? Anything more?
I just, like Joker was talking about our brother and our two sisters, about their lives and how they were. They were wonderful people. Joker was dead on. When he said Cuban, I always love to laugh and joke. I can see his big smile. And Trisha always right there on his heels. She adored that.
Yeah.
Her whole life was her daughter and her husband in this
Yes.
club. And Fall Risk, she was a bright, yeah, Fall Risk. She was a bright, vibrant ray of sunshine with bright red hair and fiery spirit, just as fiery as that hair she had. And I always, every time you ask her, "Hey girl, how you doing?" her answer was always the same: living the dream. So it was either I'm living the dream or have you met me? that was her two go-tos, and it fit her well. But they were all amazing people, and I'm truly blessed to have had them in my life for the extremely short time. You know, years is not enough.
Yeah. I think we was talking about, Dragon. First time me and Cuban met, and the next day he comes to the house, and Pink was still riding with me. And, and we took him, it was after the hurricane, we took him on a ride across the bayou from us. And I didn't pay no mind. He's riding behind us, and Pink's back there kicking her legs and flapping her arms and stuff. And Cuban's back there. He's like, "The hell's going on?" He said, "I'm like, what?" He said, "Pink's over here kicking and wapping her arms." He said, "I'm looking for stuff on the road. And put my blank on. We might be turning this way." And I'm like, just stuff like that. And it was something, And going back to the first time we met him, he named Pink. They came up to us at a bike night, and Irish told her, and she said, "Does anybody ever tell you look like the singer Pink?" And I'm like, and me, and I look at it, I'm like rolling my eyes, "Oh, whatever," But that's where she got her road name, Pink.
Yep, Cuban said he could never remember my real name. He was horrible with real names. He gave everybody he knew a nickname, and that's how I got Pink. So
he named most of all the members in the chapter. Matter of fact,
pretty much, yeah. We was going with me and you, and Pink had for Fall Risk. It was mouths or straight shot at first, and then
Cuban said Fall Risk.
It might be a Fall Risk. I'm like, man, that sounds damn good. So, yeah.
Now, people want to be able to send flowers to the chapter and things like that, and a contact number or something. Do you guys have something like that set up yet, or do we just need to put that in the description a little bit later?
we'll have that in the description a little bit later. We didn't have a clubhouse here set up to receive flowers or anything yet. But we're gonna have everything in the description for you, Black Dragon.
All right.
That last that we made when we were on the road, the last fuel stop that we made, Cuban grabbed me around my neck and was holding me so this one here can pull my chest hairs out.
You got to get rid of that man hair, stuff never come back in style yet. So
that's one of many things that we were doing on this trip, man. We were just having so much fun. I mean, we were riding so close together, and just this one here riding so close to Cuban, he's putting his foot on his foot peg, and stuff like that, just kicking back and forth, playing around, and it just goes to show you, man, that this kind of thing can happen to anybody, anywhere, at any time.
Enjoy life, man. Hold on to it.
Live the dream.
I just want to continue to support my brothers and sisters, and just just keep on keeping on being Black Sabbath strong.
Absolutely.
Cuban actually said that for this one to get his patch, he had to let us in the chapter wax him. So.
Oh, hell no. You didn't get me that.
So, yeah.
Looks like you got a waxing coming, man.
We might have to put that on a YouTube show, Black Dragon.
Oh, y'all killing me.
You know, you guys are close to me because I recruited you guys and brought you in. And I'll tell you that that ride to the hospital was one of the hardest ones I ever made in my life. But I was so glad to see that we survived, that we had that some of us survived. And Cuban is someone that I cared about a lot. We worked for a few years to get this chapter up. It didn't happen overnight. He found me on this channel, and he never faltered. He always kept his word. Everything he ever said he was gonna do, he did. In terms of, he said he would build a chapter, and I get that kind of stuff all the time. Yeah, whatever. And he did it. Despite all the things that he had been through. So, we're gonna miss them. And we did set up a GoFundMe. This is not one for the family. The family has their own GoFundMe, Cuban's family. And I will get the information for that. This is a GoFundMe for the chapter, for the members of the chapter, that we put here, and it's in the description below. I'm sure that the families have set up some things individually, and the club may have set up something as well. But this is something that we had talked about last night, and I true to my word, I've put that together for you. So the listeners that and viewers that view my channel can donate to that, and it of course will be divided among you all. So this is Daredevil, our brother, and his chapter came on about the same time yours did, up in Maryland. Says send money, not flowers, and I echo that. If you have the money to send flowers, I think the chapter would be better helped with the money over flowers, I think. Okay. Thank you guys. I'm gonna let y'all go now, and we talked this over and over and over again, and I hope that you feel better after sharing your experience and talking it out. We've talked it out a whole bunch of times, and we'll talk it out a whole bunch more. So, all right. Love you all.
Love you all. Love you, Brother Jogan.
So that's what we wanted to experience, share today. All day, every day, when I make videos, it's often about other clubs and other tragedies, but we all go through them. And a lot is said when we cover biker news, like, is it sensationalism? Are we trying to get views, or whatever the case may be? I've been a journalist since 1997. I started with my best friend William Patrick D. Shields. It might have been 95. We started with the San Diego Newslink newspaper. The first office I ever had was given to me by the Black Sabbath. They took part of the clubhouse, shut it down, and built out my first office which was a newspaper in San Diego. My first magazine was actually a Black Sabbath motorcycle magazine. And then my second magazine was in 2004. I have been covering biker news in one form or another since 1995. And so even every time I think about covering biker news, I think about someone's tragedy. It's painful. But I chose to be a writer. I chose to be a journalist. And I chose to write stories about bikers and biker news, and it's something I've covered. Tragedies, conflict, wars, and great things, good things, happy things. But there will be people that don't view what I do in a positive light, and that's fine. I get it. But biker news is what we do. And so that's where we are. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in. And get skinny.